Oh boy, here he goes again with a sit and ramble. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about something that I find incredibly stupid, something that bothers the crap out of me. I've got a phone. In fact, it's not in my pocket. The one time that I would need it as a prop, it's not in my pocket. But I have a phone, and I had issues with the phone. And when I went to go and have those issues resolved, they said, "Oh, you need a new SIM card." Yeah, because you've got a really old SIM card, so it puts you on an older version of the network. So we'll just send you a SIM card. So I get this SIM card, and I take it out, and I put in the new one, and of course it's not activated. So then I go, okay, well I just need to log into my online account probably, and feed the new card in or whatever. That's not the case. But I then go to log into my account. So I type in my phone number, and I type in my password. And then it wants to send a code to my phone. The phone company, the mobile provider of my mobile phone that I'm having a problem with and need to fix, wants to send a message to my phone, non-skippable, for me to be able to fix problems with my phone. Dude, do I even need to explain this to you? If I have to explain this to you, there's nothing inside there, okay? It doesn't make sense. If you have a phone and you want to log into your phone account and you have your password, why do they insist? And it's not just mine. I found out others do the same exact stupid crap. Why do they insist on sending a second factor that you didn't ask for, that you didn't sign up for, you didn't check a box, you didn't say okay? Mandatory two-factor authentication. Now, I made a video about this before. Mandatory two-factor authentication is garbage. It's one thing if you say, yes, I want to opt into it, but here's the problem. The phone company with which you may have your service cut off due to minutes outage or, because I have a prepaid provider that does auto pay every month. But if I lose phone service because I need to pay the bill, I can't log in and pay the bill. I can't log in and pay the bill without having a working phone, which means that I didn't have a billing problem in the first place, which means the service still works. So if my service stops working, now I can't log into the account to pay up to make the service start working again. This is stupid. This is the dumbest thing that I've had to deal with in a long time. Now, I hate mandatory two-factor authentication. If I know my password, I should be able to say, I'm fine with the lower security, just let me just use a password. But no, apparently not. Apparently just using a password's not good enough. No, you gotta call their customer support for everything. Why? Why? What is the point of having a phone that you can't pay for if you don't already have the phone working? It takes one glitch and you lose your second factor, and that's the end of it. And the problem is, I made a video about it, but this is now a situation where I actually didn't have it. I warn about this. I scream about this. I have a customer right now, okay? They made a Gmail for their business. We're not going to talk about Gmail and professional business, whatever. It doesn't matter. They made a Gmail because their old email was expiring, so they made a Gmail. They set up Gmail in Outlook 2010 or 07. Garbage, stopped working, okay? I moved them, set up again in Mozilla Thunderbird. Now, they're in a situation where the computer that they were using for everything had some problems. I had to fix it, and it logged them out of their account. But no one remembers the password. There was no email or phone set as a recovery. And that means that they have no way to recover access to the account. But Thunderbird still works. Because when you have a client like Thunderbird that wants to sign into Gmail or Yahoo or whatever, and they use OAuth 2 authentication, they pop a website. You log in, you authorize the app, and then Google or whoever brings this access token down. It's a big long string of letters and numbers that is a substitute app-specific password. And that's the password the app uses, right? And I hate saying app, it's really just a program, but whatever. So Thunderbird works. It will stop one day. That token will eventually expire. Today is not that day. It might work for years, but one day it'll stop. Now, the good thing is that they have time to get out of this problem because they have Thunderbird. So when we recently moved them up to a much better computer, I grabbed app data roaming Thunderbird and put it into the new installs app data roaming Thunderbird. Actually installed Thunderbird, and that's it. Immediately worked. Didn't lose it like Outlook would. The one beautiful thing about Mozilla products is that you can grab the profile folder, the main folder for the program, and copy it to a new computer, and you've copied essentially everything, including their tokens for access to their email. They're still locked out of their account and can never log into it again because of two-factor authentication. But they're lucky in that they have this app password. But then I'm sitting here with a SIM swap that I'm in the middle of, and the only thing I can do is call customer service. Now, fortunately, I called customer service and I remember my little account security pin, which they've mucked with several times over the years. But I called customer service and was able to do it by manually giving them a whole bunch of numbers. But I couldn't even log into my account because they had sent me a SIM card, and I happened to be in the process of something I could reverse. I put the old card back in, and then after they did everything they needed to do, swap the SIM. But it's not just that. If I have a problem with my phone, I have broken my phone, and I don't have it here, but my personal phone has, like, if this is the phone screen, then this is what all the cracks look like, okay? There's cracks and chips everywhere. I don't want to get into it, but my phone sort of looks like it was in the military and managed to survive somehow, but probably still has a lot of PTSD. My personal phone, I have dropped hard enough that the screen stopped working, which meant that even though there was glitchy stuff on the screen, I couldn't get touches to register, which meant I couldn't unlock it, which meant I couldn't get any of my data off of it, which meant I had to repair the screen, and blah, 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 blah. Anybody who was not me is screwed, okay? They would have had no choice. They would have had to take it somewhere to hopefully get the screen fixed, but they couldn't log into their account because they couldn't get into the screen. They couldn't log in to do some kind of swap or whatever because of the screen, okay? This whole thing is ridiculous. Two-factor authentication is dangerous. It is something that, it's like encryption, okay? A lot of people, now I know a lot of you people, you say, oh, BitLocker is not a thing on Windows 11 Home or whatever, and you're completely wrong. On relatively new computers, it's called device encryption, not BitLocker, but it's the same exact thing under the hood. It encrypts your hard drive and sends the key up to your Microsoft account, okay? Now, when it does that, and they bully you into the Microsoft account, you don't really have a choice. When it does that, when it encrypts your hard drive and sends a key up to the Microsoft account, if for some reason you can't get into your Microsoft account, like say your phone number changed and they can't send the authorization code to it or whatever, if you get locked out of your Microsoft account and something bad happens to your computer, and this could happen because you haven't touched it in years, I can't get your data back. That's it. You've lost everything on your computer. And there's nothing I can do to help you because encryption is like a lock on a door that you cannot bust through. The lock can keep other people from coming in. The lock can also keep me, the owner, outside and keep me from coming in while some other people are in here or even nobody's in here. If I got locked out, data's gone, never getting back in. Encryption is a key you can't just crack in general. And that's what it is with 2FA. If you've got a phone or whatever, if you lose access to your second factor, you're screwed. But it blows my mind that people still cannot see this as a more nuanced discussion, and they just blindly trust the whole, oh, they need for good security, because that's what they've been told. No, you're wrong. You don't understand. It's not as simple as, oh, I got more factor, more security. And it's not as simple as, oh, but you can have like one-time passcodes to get recovery. What if I don't have that? What if I got kidnapped? That's my classic case. What if I got kidnapped and all I know is my password and I need to get into my email and that's like my only hope? Like I'm on their LG smart refrigerator on the internet and I'm trying to get into my email so that I can send a message to someone to come help me. And I can't get in because I don't have my one-time passcode or my phone or whatever. What if I'm on the side of the road or whatever? You know, people don't think about these things, and they probably do that because it feels better. You don't have to think about these kinds of problems because they make you uncomfortable. Be uncomfortable. Solve the damn problem. This shouldn't be a thing. Every single phone provider out there should have a way for you to get in with a password without requiring that they send a message to your telephone. I don't know what the answer is if they insist on this 2FA crap, but there's no excuse for a company where I might have to log into my account to fix my phone, requiring that my phone be working for me to get into my account to fix it. Do you not see the circle here? It's driving me nuts. All right. That's as much as I'm going to say on the subject. I don't want to keep talking in circles. You've heard this from me a million times before, unless you knew, in which case, subscribe, then unsubscribe twice just to be sure. Take it easy.